Hello and welcome to Do I Like It, a Quint production where we review anything and everything under the sun. मेरा नाम है प्रतीक लिद्धू and in this episode I'll tell you, do I like Aamir Khan? The answer is yes, and thank you for listening to the episode. Like, just kidding. So, why am I suddenly talking about Aamir Khan? It's because the guy has his birthday on the 14th of March और मैं आमिर खान के लिए बहुत एक्साइटेड रहता हूँ हमेशा बिकॉज आई वोंट से दैट ही इज़ माई फेवरेट एक्टर बट आई थिंक ही इज़ वन ऑफ द मोस्ट इंटरेस्टिंग फिगर्स इन हिंदी सिनेमा बॉलीवुड जो भी कह लो बिकॉज he is somebody who strikes that perfect balance between your mainstream और जैसे art cinema कहते हैं there is he makes मतलब it's hard to say does he make mainstream films with an artistic appeal or he makes artistic films with a mainstream appeal तो वो तो है और बंदा मतलब जिसे कहते हैं वो perfectionist वगैरह बात तो है ही also we will discuss that so मैंने सोचा कि यार भाई के birthday पे थोड़ा let us look back at his career बट उसमें भी मेरे को एक प्रॉब्लम है बिकॉज ऑब्वियसली आई हैव अ प्रॉब्लम विद एवरीथिंग कि यार जब ऐसे लोगों के बर्थडेज पे या किसी उन पे हम उनको सेलिब्रेट करते हैं ना वी ऑफन व्यू देयर करियर्स एंड देयर लेगेसी विद थोड़े से रोज टिंटेड ग्लासेस मतलब कितने सारे लोग अभी रिसेंटली की बात है जब ब्रह्मास्त्र आई थी एवरीबडी वाज लाइक कि ओ रावण वाज सच अ नाइस मूवी VFX और ऑल ऑफ दैट और भाई उस समय पे इतना फ्लैक मिला था उस पिक्चर को सो ऑब्वियसली व्हेन वी लुक एट something from a distance it looks good है ना it looks all the negatives और छोटी छोटी जो critical aspects हैं एक मूवी के या किसी भी वर्क ऑफ आर्ट के वो एक डिस्टेंस से देखने के बाद थोड़े छुप जाते हैं बट हम ऐसा नहीं करेंगे सो मैंने सोचा let me look at 5 of Aamir Khan's films and through these films I'll try to understand why I think Aamir Khan is one of the best and worst things to have happened to Bollywood. So let us get started. Okay, so the first film in my list is Dil Chahta Hai, directed by Farhan Akhtar.
रोहित अच्छा तो तुम रोहित की बहन
No, actually मैं
Don't be silly. रोहित और मैं तो बहुत गहरे दोस्त हैं
So to be honest, Dil Chahta Hai एक ऐसी फिल्म थी जो मैंने बहुत लेट डिस्कवर की थी. For the longest time I hadn't watched that film. Indian cinema before Dil Chahta Hai and after Dil Chahta Hai मतलब भारी फ़र्क था उन दोनों में क्योंकि बिकॉज दिल चाहता है वॉज यंग फिल्म मेकिंग एंड इट वॉज यंग फिल्म मेकिंग डन बाय यंगस्टर्स दैट रियली ब्रॉट अ लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स इन टू द फिल्म विच वर नेवर सीन बिफोर इन बॉलीवुड आई थिंक it was urban, it was coming of age, it was like a वो मल्टीप्लेक्स वाली पिक्चर जिसे आज कहते हैं वो थी और कोई कहानी पर से नहीं है मूवी की and these things we hadn't seen before that at least इतने mainstream level पे and Aamir Khan is that central figure of that film even though the film had Saif Ali Khan, it had Preeti Zinta, it had Akshay Khanna, it has Dimple Kapadia Aamir Khan was the center of the film. Definitely Dil Chahta Hai is a very good thing to have happened to Bollywood because it was like the first time we as Indians were seeing young storytelling जो हमारा post liberalization का जो middle class जो बढ़ रहा था which was slowly getting more economic and political awareness, sexual awareness about our bodies, awareness about mental health, awareness about all of these things जो हमारे से पिछली वाली generations के पास इतनी नहीं थी वो हमारी फिल्मों में आ रही थी but at the same time there is merit to the argument that Dil Chahta Hai somewhere contributed and started the downfall of Bollywood. Yes, because Dil Chahta Hai was the point where we went away, at least started going away from your song and dance and जो Bollywood का stereotypical depiction है कि dancing around the trees वाले जो गाने होते हैं और ये सब Dil Chahta Hai was different and we went away from all the drama, we went away from all the melodrama, we went away from all the overacting, the acting was authentic and all of that. This is where we as an industry went away from what made us authentic. कुछ लोग ये भी बोलते हैं कि यार दिल चाहता है की वजह से ही a trend started जिसकी वजह से आज all your Pushpas and Bahubalis and KGF okay I'm clearly hungry से याद आया हमारा एक पॉडकास्ट आने वाला है बिग स्टोरी 2.0 का 3rd episode with Krish Ashok and Dr. Priyanka Rohatgi from Apollo Hospital and there we are talking about food and probably that's why मैंने KGF को KFC बोल दिया but yeah आई थिंक दिल चाहता है की वजह से हमारी पुष्पा और बाहुबली और KGF इतनी हाइप हो गई बिकॉज it's almost like a whole generation after the 2000s was deprived of that masala cinema in Bollywood. I don't think it would be wrong to say that Aamir Khan kind of killed Bollywood while at the same time giving it a new life, right? And by the way, at the same time, there was Lagan, which in my opinion is the most high concept film of all time, at least speaking about like Indian and Hindi films. With Dil Chahta Hai and also in some parts Lagan, Aamir Khan kind of confused a whole generation कि भाई mainstream cinema है क्या? Also, I would like to mention the whole thing of actors becoming producers. Where they are like कि ठीक है मैं इतनी फीस चार्ज नहीं करूँगा ज़्यादा, मैं बैक एंड पे पैसे कमाऊँगा. This I think Aamir Khan was one of the first people to helm and lead that charge जो कि आज बहुत सारे लोग कर रहे हैं. The second film on my list is a film that is a vibe. The film is Ghajini, directed by Murgadas.
देखो संपत, इतना एक्स्ट्रा स्टाइल मत मारो. बी रिलैक्स्ड एंड इजी, कॉन्फिडेंट. देखो मैं दिखाता हूँ. हाय, आई एम संजय सिंघानिया.
बस
तुम यार कुछ भी कह लो कि ये पिक्चर रीमेक है, मोमेंटो की कॉपी है, ड्रामेटिक है, कुछ भी है, आज भी कभी कभी ऐसे ही रैंडमली ना चलते हुए मुझे ख्याल आता है कि डूड, कल्पना कुड नेवर गेट टू नो हु संजय सिंघानिया वॉज. जिसे कहते हैं ना ट्रेजेडीज़, जो शेक्सपियरियन ट्रेजेडीज़ होती हैं. हीरो विन्स, विलन लूजेस, बट स्टिल there is like a feeling of sadness because dude, Kalpana couldn't know. But I remember Ghajini for two completely different things. दो नंबर हैं एक्चुअली, चीज़ें नहीं है. And those two numbers are 100 crore and 8 packs. And I think this is where the थोड़ा dicey impact of Ghajini comes into the picture because it was a really nice movie, obviously. और उसी की वजह से I think ये दो ट्रेंड्स जो है ना, 100 crore और 8 pack, ये दो ट्रेंड्स उसी टाइम के अराउंड आई थिंक तूल पकड़ रहे थे. और गजनी डेफिनेटली आई वुड से इज़ अ बिग फैक्टर इन बोथ ऑफ देम. इमेजिन, पहली बार कोई पिक्चर 100 करोड़ कर रही है. आई थिंक इफ आई एम नॉट रॉन्ग इट वॉज ऑल्सो द फर्स्ट फिल्म टू डू अ डबल डिजिट ऑन एन ओपनिंग. एंड अचानक से आई वॉज सीइंग एवरीबडी अराउंड मी सडनली केयर अबाउट नंबर्स कि भाई कितने करे, 100 करोड़ क्लब हो गया एक. So I would definitely say that Ghajini is one of those films that started all of this trend of just watching numbers so keenly and even giving it more importance to the craft of the film, right? I remember 2007 में ओम शांति ओम में शाहरुख खान ने 6-pack abs बनाए थे दर्द डिस्को, and that was the first time I as a kid learned that अच्छा पहली बात तो abs कुछ होती हैं, दूसरी बात अच्छा इसमें पैक वाला सिस्टम होता है, 6-pack 8-pack ऐसे. और उसके बाद से ना शाहरुख खान के 6-pack के बाद से आई थिंक रेज बन गया था. एंड आफ्टर गजनी वेयर इट वॉज मार्केटेड एज कि बिकॉज रिमेंबर उस समय पे देर वॉज लाइक अ कथित अलेजेड राइवलरी भी चल रही थी आमिर और शाहरुख के बीच में. तो ये बोला जाता है कि गजनी ने शाहरुख खान को बीट करने के लिए 8-pack abs बनाए थे. एंड नाउ द नेक्स्ट फिल्म ऑन माई लिस्ट इज़ थोड़ी सी कन्फ्यूजिंग बिकॉज आई एम नॉट श्योर इफ इट डिड more good or more bad for cinema, for Hindi cinema. Because I usually don't celebrate when an artist's film flops because I'm not a sadist. I want everybody to make money. I want things to work. But there is one film I am so glad कि वो flop हुई because that was a career and industry defining failure. And that film is Mela.
पहचान लिया मुझे इंस्पेक्टर पकौड़ा सिंह जी.
पकौड़ा सिंह नहीं है, पक्कर सिंह.
हाँ, पक्कर सिंह.
अब ऐसा नहीं है यार कि आमिर ने इससे पहले अच्छी और सेंसिबल फिल्म्स नहीं करी थी. देयर वाज सरफरोश, देयर वाज रंगीला, गुलाम, बहुत सारी पिक्चरें थी. आई वुड से कयामत तक एंड जो जीता वही सिकंदर वर फिल्म्स दैट वर वे अहेड ऑफ देयर टाइम. एंड वो दे weren't योर मेन स्ट्रीम हिंदी फ्लिक्स उस समय की, है ना. बट स्टिल कहीं ना कहीं आमिर खान, it felt like he wanted to do sensible and artsy stuff, but कहीं पे वो commercial interest he wouldn't want to let go of. But after Mela flopped, I think something ticked for Aamir, and you just see the filmography post Mela. After Mela, Aamir became much more selective with his work. He was like, I don't want to release every year. I don't want to release multiple times in the year. I just want to do meaningful films that speak something to me. Weirdly enough, Mela might just be one of the best things to have happened to Bollywood. Okay, let's move to the elephant in the room. Film number 4 on my list, Three Idiots.
Instruments that record, analyze, summarize, organize, debate, and explain information that are illustrative, non-illustrative, hardbound, paperback, jacketed, non-jacketed, with forward introduction, table of contents, index that are intended for the enlightenment, understanding, enrichment, enhancement, and education of the human brain through sensory route of vision, sometimes touch.
Now, I think this film has had the maximum impact on Hindi cinema, both positive and negative. I'll talk about the positives first because it's very obvious. Ki it broke all records. I remember Three Idiots was one of the first times where I understood the concept of passion. कि अच्छा passion follow करने वाला होता है. And by the way, Three Idiots के time पे मैं 9th में था. Imagine people who would be in engineering at that time. उन लोगों को कैसा लगता? Because मेरे लिए that film which, you know, helped me, quit engineering was Tamasha. बट आई थिंक जो इम्पैक्ट तमाशा ने मुझ पे किया वैसा ही इम्पैक्ट उस समय के इंजीनियरिंग स्टूडेंट्स पे थ्री इडियट्स ने करा होगा फॉर श्योर. हम एग्ज़ाम देने गए थे, मंडे को एग्ज़ाम था आई थिंक, एंड वीकेंड पे हमने पिक्चर देखी थी. फॉर सम रीज़न एवरीबडी हैड सीन द फिल्म एंड वी वर जस्ट टॉकिंग अबाउट रेफरेंसेस फ्रॉम थ्री इडियट्स कि भाई अरे ऑल इज़ वेल. ऑल्सो आई थिंक थ्री इडियट्स सोलिडिफाइड राजू हिरानी एज दिस डायरेक्टर विद अ गोल्डन टच. मतलब तीसरी फिल्म, हिट फिल्म, हैट्रिक हो गई पूरी. द गाय कांट डू एनी रॉन्ग. मुझे याद है थ्री इडियट्स और उसके बाद जब पीके आई थी मैंने अपने पापा के साथ बेट लगाई थी कि राजकुमार हिरानी फ्लॉप फिल्म बना सकता है, गंदी फिल्म नहीं बना सकता. But then why do I say that it is one of the worst things to have happened to Bollywood? Because first of all, it started this weird practice of clearly overage actors passing off as college students. I'm not saying ये पहले नहीं होता था, but I think because it worked in Three Idiots so well and Aamir was able to portray this persona itna easily, it sort of gave a license to everybody else to do it. The acting suffered a bit after Three Idiots because it's considered to be his pinnacle. है ना? Also, I would say Three Idiots के बाद it's almost like Aamir Khan became this god when it comes to cinema. कि अच्छा this guy cannot do anything wrong. और उसकी वजह से थोड़ी ना yes man वाली प्रॉब्लम हो गई आमिर के साथ. There were reports of him sitting on edit tables and there were obviously perfectionist वाली जो चीज़ थी वो Three Idiots के बाद और भी solidify हो गई. This also reminds me of a video that I was watching. It was the making of Secret Superstar. और वो लोग ना फिल्म के म्यूज़िक पे बैठे हुए थे in the video. I think नचदी फिरा गाना was being composed. I'm not saying that's what exactly happened, but Aamir Khan was kind of telling Amit Trivedi what chords to play. At least जो final video पे edit आया उस पे तो ऐसा ही लग रहा था. Okay, so 4 फिल्मों की बात कर ली. The 5th film that I'm going to talk about is one film that I absolutely hate from the bottom of my heart. But it is not because of anything in the film. I hate this film because this was the first and only and last time Aamir Khan directed a film. The film is Taare Zameen Par.
एक लड़का था, मत पूछो किधर. वो पढ़ लिख नहीं पाता था. लाख कोशिशों बाद उसको रहता ना था याद कि YX के बाद आता था. अल्फाज उसके दुश्मन उसकी आंखों के सामने नाचते थे.
देखो, ये मेरी थियरी है एक कि if Aamir Khan would have completely turned director after Taare Zameen Par, and not even director, मतलब he obviously would have acted, he's a good actor, but you know, if he would have focused more on developing films with his crew of Advait Chandan, Kiran Rao, Ram Sampath, etc., he has such a great group of filmmakers, his career would have been something else. Because I honestly feel Aamir Khan is a great directing mind. The way he conceives a scene, I think that would have been better used as a director vis-a-vis an actor. So this is why I do not like Taare Zameen Par, because there wasn't any other movie that he directed after that. And I hope after he has taken what looks like a break from acting, he steps back into direction because he's a good director. He is a nice cinematic mind, I think. But I love Aamir Khan, clearly. Matlab, if whatever I have said in the past 10-15 jitne bhi minutes hain, if you think that I don't like or I hate Aamir in any way, please, I really love him. I just want to celebrate the man and his legacy that he has, given us, the kinds of films that he has given us, things like Rang De Basanti and things like Earth, जो कि आज की डेट में भी नहीं बन सकती यार. लगान वो पिक्चर आज भी नहीं सोच सकता कोई बंदा बनाने का. So happy birthday Aamir Khan. Please continue making films. Please make films because you're a much better director and you're a much better mind than just an actor. This was Prateek and I'll see you in the next one. Do I Like It is a Quint original podcast, executive produced by Shelly Walia and Ritu Kapoor. This episode was produced and hosted by Prateek Lidhu and edited by Anjali Palod. The episode contains theme music from BMG Production Music. You were listening to the Quint's podcast.